What is Chinese medicine? Well, Chinese medicine is a holistic medicine that looks at how our body works through a different lens than Western medicine. Most of us in the West have grown up with the point of view that what's going on me, in my mind, in my body, is separate to what's going on outside of me. In Chinese medicine, what's going on in me is what's going on in the universe. Physiology is not just about how my body works, it's how everything works. The Su Wen, a classic medical text in Chinese medicine, says, "It is through the external manifestations that we know our intimate reality." Health is represented by an alignment to the greater organizational structure of the universe so that it is working within us. The rules of order that are in the universe are inside all of us. These are the universal principles. Another way to say it is that it is our connection to the cosmos. What is true for the macrocosm is true for the microcosm. The patterns that guide the great are the patterns that guide the small. Okay, what does this really mean? Chinese medicine, it recognizes that you and your environment are intimately connected. You're meant to be permeable and process the outside world. The more we can process the outside world, the more we are in right relationship with our environment. Getting sick in Chinese medicine is about not being able to process the outside world, and healing is about realignment and reconnection. To understand this further, let's look at how numerology works in Chinese medicine. Numerology lays out seeing the world through different perspectives. Let's start with seeing the world through the number 1, often called the Tao, which can be seen as the emptiness, the void, or that which contains everything, the one breathing universe, the knowing how. How do we see the world through number 1? The fact is, you can't. It's like asking what existed before the Big Bang. Nothing. And then there was the Big Bang, and now you didn't just have nothing, you had nothing, and then it became something, and right away that brings us to seeing the world through the number 2. Yin and Yang. You can also say, as soon as there was form, you were seeing the world through the number 2, the form and the formless. We have all heard of Yin and Yang. But what exactly are they? They are the interplay of polar opposites in nature. The list is endless, but here are some things that can be seen as Yin versus Yang. Material substances are Yin. Immaterial substances are Yang. Darkness is Yin, light is Yang, rest is Yin, activity is Yang, earth is Yin, the cosmos are Yang. Matter is Yin, energy is Yang, form is Yin, formless is Yang. Contraction is Yin, expansion is Yang, water is Yin, fire is Yang, cold is Yin, hot is Yang. The list goes on. Yang is the life force that is needed to transform Yin. Yang grants the uprightness, while Yin gives it the foundation. Life is about transformation. Solitary Yin cannot generate life. It needs to be enlivened. Solitary Yang has no life. It needs form. One could say that Yang is the fire under the cooking pot, and Yin is the water inside. Together, they create steam. Here's a question. Does Yang descend or ascend? At first guess, you might say, of course Yang ascends and Yin descends. We all know heat rises. While this is true, we first need the Yang to come down and integrate with the Yin to create life. Fire needs to get under the cooking pot for anything to happen, just like the sun's heat needs to come down and hit the earth in order for life to grow. The same is true of a person. We take in the life force, the Yang energy from the food we eat, the air we breathe, the warmth of the sun. It comes down into us and interacts with the material substances of our body to create a person. The Yin and Yang in a person come together to create life. If you look at a healthy person, Yin and Yang are integrated. The body is warm, the skin is moist, the complexion has a healthy color. Pathology only shows when Yin and Yang come out of relationship to each other. So let's look at an example of what this would look like.